What's up, guys? This is episode 8. It's the final episode. I want to take the opportunity to share 3 things in this video. So we're going to cover the key takeaways, of course, of the past episodes. I'm going to share more details about the budget, the time spent, and timeline of this strategy, and also what may come next, because it might happen that you eventually get fully booked within the next 6 months. And if that happens, then what should be the next steps and what is awaiting for you in your entrepreneurship journey? So in terms of takeaway, if you look at this whole program, I think it's very clear and important to understand that your website should be your number one priority right now. Why? Because it's going to be the only asset that you own as a company. You don't own your social media. You don't own the bookings you get from other platforms, the partnerships that you build, which is covered in the last video. It may just end in a snap because that other small business or that partner may just stop recommending you, or something may happen. And the second thing will be the data that you have on your customers, meaning the bookings that you get, an email, the phone number. So make sure you stay very conservative on the data that you own, because social media interaction and engagement is good to get bookings, but the website is really the thing that matters most. Now, this website, it's going to be constantly refined. If you look at my own website, if you look at my own content that I post online, it's constantly evolving and improving. So don't wait for having the perfect design, the perfect page to post something, because obviously you are never going to be satisfied entirely about what you have posted online and your online presence. You might be satisfied temporarily, but then you might see something new to do, or you might see something you can improve. And if you keep thinking like this, then you will never start posting, you will never finish a blog article, you will never finish your website. So please just hit publish for the first version of your website, something that is good enough, something that is trustworthy, and then keep building on that. The second learning and key takeaway from this mini course is also about the approach that you should have as a business owner. What I'm trying to invite you to do is to invest in learning things on your own and then apply it for your own business. Test it out and keep iterating and improving on the way. And then once you have something that looks like a stable system, start to delegate it to your team. So if we take the example of social medias, that's in the episodes covered on social media for this course, just make sure, for example, that you keep learning on those platforms, on those tools, exploring different opportunities. You can obviously get help from people who know about this. You can eventually ask your team for recommendations and see what they think we should test out. But don't delegate things before you actually have completely understand how you can use it for your own business. That's an important takeaway in this strategy, because the idea of sharing with you all that is to look beyond 6 months and to help you to scale your business, okay? So if you want to scale your business, you will need to build your own systems. And to build systems properly, you need to constantly try new things, for sure. But the people who try the new things should be people at the top, or people who are dedicated for trying new things out. And as long as you're a small business, that person, I believe, should be you, because you are the one who can decide if you keep it or if you don't keep it, and who have the bird eye view on all the operations and all the things that are going on. The last takeaway, and I hope this was very clear in the past episodes, is about your online visibility that matters as much as your on-site visibility. When you have a small business, you are visible down the street where you are located. That's an element that is super important. So obviously you will want to have a banner, you will want to have a welcoming reception and all of that. But when it comes to getting fully booked, the secret ingredient also comes from what you share online. And what you share online obviously is in 3 parts, which were covered in this course, is on your website, on your social medias, and on third-party platforms. So like Google Maps with the reviews from customers, but also your partners, wherever they talk about you, how do they talk about you? Constantly nurture and get better at it and improve your image and brand reputation over time. Okay, so now about the budget, about the timeline, and very specific details about this strategy, what you have to understand is you can literally choose to put any sort of budget and investment in this strategy. Let me explain. When I started to understand that I will not solve my business problems without having more customers and having these customers to be happy and reviewing me 5-star, then that became my main focus. At that moment, when that became my main focus, I invested all my time and energy in getting fully booked. So it took me a year, and actually more than a year if we consider that it's not just about getting fully booked 100% one time, but managed to replicate this over the years and understand what worked, what didn't work, and refine the strategies until the moment where I can share it today. Then you might understand that if you apply everything from now, you might need to invest a little bit in your website, you might need to invest a little bit in social media, in customer relationship, in taking better photos or videos of your place, in improving your online visibility, so that might go through different sort of budget. But I wanted this course to be for any type of small businesses and a good introduction for anyone who have from zero budget to $5,000 budget amounts to more if you have more. And just understand the principles is like you can apply what I'm sharing and find cheap and affordable ways to make it happen. It might take a bit longer, or it might simply cost you more time. Or you might put a bigger budget, and this budget will help you to hire specialists in their field to apply the strategies that I'm sharing, plus their own knowledge and expertise in those domains. If you have more money, it will accelerate the timeline. What comes next in terms of strategy for you and your own business? So once you've solved the problem of money in, you will have to optimize your business. You will have to learn to grow the business up to the level of the full capacity of what you can have. It could be called growing the business, but I like to use the term scaling because it has this idea of the more you increase your customers, the lower it costs you per customer, basically. So for this, you have to keep learning about business management. You have to keep learning about marketing. This YouTube channel is about these topics, so I'm hoping that you can tag along. Don't hesitate to subscribe if it's not done already. And there is an important aspect is after a marathon that you are about to run to get more customers, you might get tired. You might spend a lot of energy and a lot of efforts in these strategies. So I urge you to also scale, but in peace, meaning that you also learn to take care of yourself. You also learn to be more and more productive and manage your time wisely. And this also is going to be a topic we are going to cover in the next videos, because I've been an entrepreneur for 12 years. And what I know is it's never really about the short term, 6 months. It's more about the long term. And obviously on the long term, you want to avoid burning out. You want to make sure that you have a personal life that is also fruitful and you are happy every day in your journey. So for this, you also need to make sure that you don't just focus on the business, but you focus on yourself. Once you have more revenues, learn how to acquire more customers, then you can also focus more on how do I make sure that my business is managed, is growing, and I'm also extracting myself from my own operations so I can reclaim my time and I can also spend my time on things that matters to me and not just on my business. So that's the end of this mini course. Make sure that you save the playlist to rewatch the videos in the future and share this with other small business owners that you know who might need help with marketing and growing their business. And feel free to connect with me as well. I would be happy to hear your feedback about how you apply the strategies that I'm covering. I will see you in the YouTube channel and scalingpeace.com. Bye, guys, and enjoy your entrepreneurship journey.